Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgan 111, and welcome back to Stardew Valley. Spirits are not on our side today, and... Right, my inventory is still a mess. Alright, well these are solvable problems. Also, I think now that I've managed to make the dive down to level 100, I probably want to switch these back to diamonds. And make more profit out of them, because I don't think I'm really going to need the jade. So while I'm thinking of it, let's go ahead and pick the crystallariums back up. Put them back down and put 5 diamonds inside of them. That sounds good to me. Also, we went to bed very late last night, and so our inventory is still a mess. 5 diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get them, and throw them in there. Great, we're making diamonds once again. Also, it's been, I don't remember how long since I peeked in here. We do have a bunch of gold star wine that I'm kind of tempted to advance with berry dust, but it would have been more optimal to do it at a different timing. So I think I'll hold off on that for now. What do we have in the mail? Evelyn has sent us a chocolate cake. I started saying Emily and then realized it was Evelyn. Greater chance to find ladders and shafts. That will help us out because we are currently on Danger in the Deep. A reset of the mine elevator system, trying to make it back down to the bottom. We got through 20 of 120, and we want to get through the rest. So that is our current big picture goal. This chocolate cake can go back in there for a moment. Okay, I have a little bit of inventory to just get unsorted. Unsorted? Maybe more sorted? I'll be right back. Okay, inventory is cleaner, and I think let's just jump right back into it. We have a teleporter to the mountains over here somewhere. And so that'll get me right near where we need to go. There's a grape there, but I'm not going to clutter my inventory with the grape right now, despite how much I like foraging. Let's jump back in at level 20 of the mines. My energy is down, but I don't think energy is going to be a big constraint for these types of dives. Here's a way down already, so I will just immediately take it. We got this upgraded trinket that shoots very quickly and actually does a fair amount of damage as well. So that's going to help keep the enemies off us while we go exploring down here. And I do still have plenty of bombs, but I am one-shotting these stones with my pickaxe as well. And with our dwarven buff that makes it more likely for us to find staircases, I feel like we'll probably just kind of encounter them pretty naturally. Also, that's an emerald, not radioactive ore. There we go. There's my way down. Yeah, and so far I've taken hardly any damage from the enemies who have tried to come towards me. Cool, and we can get random key gems during this quest. I like that as well, since key gems are kind of the main point. Oh, I can kill those bugs that are swimming around. They are not indestructible like the ones inside the skull caverns. I don't think I realized that before. So, yeah, they're just bugs I can kill and get bug meat. Okay, well that also makes them less threatening. Because they are killable. Great. This is a place that actually has enough rocks that it feels worthwhile to do that. And so I shall. Alright, we're right back in it. And I feel like this quest is going to be way, way easier than the corresponding quests in the Skull Caverns. And I'm okay with that, because the Skull Caverns one really had my blood pressure pumping. And this one feels like it's going to be a relative romp at the park in comparison. And I'm kind of down for that right now. Yeah, this feels like it's going super quickly. We've already gotten through like 10 floors, and that's more than 10% of what we have left. And we're only, I don't know, 3 hours into our run in terms of in-game time. So this is going, you might say, swimmingly, but that would be making some kind of underwater pun to help deal with the fact that there's like squids swimming around in here. And we wouldn't want to get too clever. Or would we? Alright, what kind of loot am I gonna find down here? Anything good? Gonna make tons of noise. Killing this guy. And honestly, I didn't notice anything particularly exciting in the loot that went by, but I wasn't paying enough attention. It's quite possible I missed something. Diamonds are always nice. They sell for a pretty penny, and eventually all those diamonds are going to add up. Also, how's my health doing? Still pretty good. We are down into the 30s now, and the environment has changed, just like in the normal mines. We've changed now to the shadow monsters, who in the normal mines were considerably more formidable than the enemies you found on the previous floors. In here, I don't yet have a good sense for if and how formidable these shadow monsters are going to be. But they sure make an awful noise until they are dead. Fortunately, I think there's only 10 floors of these, so we won't have to listen to them too much. There's my way downwards. And this is the type of floor. I think I have 1 mega bomb in my inventory, and this would be a good place to use it. There we go. Do I see the way downward yet? I do now. Alright, we got some more key gems. Nice. Health is still doing fantastic. So that is definitely not going to be holding us back. And we're getting some more geodes. I don't really, quote-unquote, need geodes for anything. I never used any kind of buff, and also I need some energy, amazingly enough, since we only started with half our energy per day. So I'm going to eat a spicy eel. It'll also give us some extra luck. What was I starting to say? Oh yeah, the geodes. There is a recipe that involves marble that would be easy for me to make. A crafting recipe. Except for the fact that I don't have any marble, but marble can be obtained through geodes. And so at some point, if I collect a bunch of geodes and break them open at Clint's, I expect we'll come up with some marble. And just the regular geodes that one finds on these levels of the mines are, I believe, the types of geodes that might have marble in them. And so with each geode I collect, we will have a small increase in our chances to get that bit of work done. I guess let's throw down another bomb, because I'm not feeling especially lucky right now. And those dark bats are very dark and hard to see. Aha! The reason I wasn't having luck is because there was already stuff there. Oh, I vaguely remember this. So now there's like a foresty level down here, and there was something threatening in here, if I recall correctly. But I don't remember what it was. There's also places where you might need wood and actually chop with an axe in order to make progress, which is kind of an interesting change of pace. And what do I see over here? Is it just, it looks like some kind of vegetation against the wall, something like mushrooms or something, but I think it's just decorative. I don't think it had any gameplay mechanic associated with it. The iron looks a little bit different in this environment. Here's some more crazy looking bugs. I'm leaving winter roots on the ground, but they're not especially valuable. Yeah, there's hardwood in here. So there's like places that you could get more hardwood inside the mines, which is actually pretty cool. I don't really need the hardwood, but if you did, it's kind of nice variety in terms of something that would regenerate possibly even multiple times a day. But yeah, like there's just like a full-on mahogany tree here that I could just be getting tons of hardwood from. And since I'm talking about it, now I kind of feel the obligation. Okay, I picked up some hardwood. Now we have it in our inventory. So any more hardwood that we obtain, we'll stack in there. And what are these guys? The equivalent of the dust sprites. But they appear to be like little mushroom hoppers or something. And I didn't notice if they were dropping coal or not. The dust sprites dropped coal. But I guess it doesn't really matter to me that much. For the most part, I'm still just concerned with finishing the quest, which involves getting to the bottom. So staircases are my priority. And I am still keeping an eye on the energy, because it's getting a little bit low. But if we have to eat something else, we will. Topaz. Topaz does not fit in my inventory. And speaking of eating things, why don't I eat this? And this. Just to free up some inventory slots and also give me a little bit of energy back. That looks good. And then we can go back to our regularly scheduled slaughter of the enemies in this floor already in progress. But yeah, I'm pretty much wrecking all the enemies I encounter in here. And we're having good luck with staircases, which is not a surprise. So all of that's working very much in my favor. Yeah, I'm about to get to level 50, which means we got 30 levels already done today. And we still have like 4 more days in the week to get things done. It's only 6:50 p.m., but my inventory is already full. Are there other things I would like to do at home? Not really, but my energy's gotten pretty low. Let's do like another 5 floors, maybe. And then I think I'll bounce out of here. Okay, there's some kind of hopping spider. And it actually has a few hit points. And it seems to be dropping void essences, I believe. Which I don't particularly need, but I bet you I have something less valuable in my inventory. 6 normal wood? Sure. We'll probably collect a bunch of void essences killing these guys. Since there are so many to kill. There's a full-on iron bar. But I don't think I'll collect very many of those. So I'm not sure that it's worth the inventory space right now. There's a strange bun that I could just go ahead and eat. And that'll give me a lot of energy, actually. That was a fair amount of energy, indeed. Okay. Maybe I'll end up going 10 more floors now, actually. We'll see. I don't like how dark this floor is. I guess that kind of like adds to the mysteriousness of this place. I wonder if it's possible for a stairway to be covered up by a piece of wood rather than by a stone. Because right now I don't think I found the exit on this floor. And so I'm curious if I have to break these in order to find the exit. Rather than think about it too hard or try to figure it out, I'm just going to place an exit since I have a bunch of crafted ones. And use that as my strategy to move forward. Because I have the ability to do so. But yeah, I like the whole idea of just like reskinning the general same mine layouts with new skins and kind of new skinned enemies. Oh my gosh. Okay, someone just dropped a radioactive bar. I would very much like to have that in my inventory, please. I don't need a single gold... No, I don't need a single cherry bomb. And this could just be eaten again. Too nauseated to eat. Nauseated? You're too sick to eat anything for a minute 50 is a side effect of one of these bad guys. Okay, that's actually quite interesting. In terms of a way to make the levels more threatening. So I appreciate that. My health is up, so not being able to eat anything is mostly a minor inconvenience. But nevertheless, that does make the gameplay more interesting and varied. And I wonder, I see the nauseated buff again, I wonder if there's a way to get rid of that more quickly. I wonder if once you have it, if any immunity bonuses would apply to make it last less long. Because there are various bits of armor that provide lots of immunity, and immunity, I think, reduces the duration of status effects, and so I wonder if you were carrying around a different piece of armor and swapped to that piece of armor. I wonder if this is the guy who nauseated me too. Swap to a different piece of armor in the midst of things after you already had a status effect, if it would reduce the status effect. But I'm just speculating and I just have no idea. That guy dropped an Omni Geode way back in the wall that sadly I'm never going to get. I I say sadly, it's just an omni-geode, it's not a big deal. But if you had dropped something more interesting, then I would have actually been sad about the fact that it was embedded in the wall. And we made it to 56, and I think I can probably make it to 60. So we ended up actually spending the whole day on things. Actually, I can definitely make it to 60. If I'm struggling at all, I could just do this. Place a staircase and go down it. And actually, sure, just to get to 60. These levels are a little annoying, and I am nauseated. So we'll do that, and now I'm at level 60. And I'm just going to peek at 61 to see if it's a new environment. It is not. Okay, so on the next day, we'll come back and do more of the mines under these conditions. And I don't have inventory space to pick up such things. Alright, nauseated. Too sick to eat anything. But that was cool. That was fun and different. It looks like there are some places that I could put some preserves and preserve stars. But I have very few preserves left, so let's instead get some places that I could put ancient fruit in kegs and do that before I head to bed. Still have a few of these kegs that were kind of out of sync. This one I did not manage to do, and I know I harvested something down here. But I guess the clicking ended up replacing the ancient fruit that was there. I just threw an ancient fruit in the seed maker. So I guess the seed makers are a little too close to the kegs, is what I'm learning. And I pretty much don't need the seed makers anymore for much of anything. So perhaps I will move them, so we're less likely to make that mistake again in the future. That seems pretty reasonable. And since I have ancient fruit seeds in my inventory now, it's 1:20 a.m. I really don't have time to do this. But I'm trying to do it anyway. I want to try to get some more ancient fruits planted. I knocked out one of the ancient fruits that I was going to plant, but these things happen. Can I get back to bed in time without drinking a triple shot espresso? I'm not sure that I'm going to make it. I made it into bed. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to pet the kitty cat. To all the kitty cat lovers out there, and I know you're out there, I apologize. Nevertheless, we survived. We are halfway down the mines, and so in like 2 more days, we should be able to complete that quest. Our energy is still low, because we went to bed so late, I think. What's the fortune teller say today? Spirits are neutral. Alright. Anything exciting happening in the world? Emily, this time actually Emily, sends us some wool. This time we did not get the staircase bonus. I'm going to say greater chance to find geodes. And let's finish up some of the things that I was trying to do. We're not in a rush to use absolutely all the time to complete this quest during the day. So let's do a little run around the town, or around the farm, and collect some of the things that are here, as one does when one is a farmer. And then I'll have plenty of row again that we can spend in some of the machines that need it. Look at all this row. 18! Son of Crimsonfish row. That's just an insane number. What are these fish eating? Golden animal crackers, perhaps? Whatever else they find in the water. I do not know. But apparently it's doing well for them, so I'm happy. And let's pet some animals. Hi, animals! And let's try to get rid of some trees that are growing in places that they ought not be. Alright, rose stacks. Start getting out of my inventory, please. Alright, I got rid of some of the stacks of row, and the rest of them I think will fit in this chest. Those can go there, those can go there. These do not fit there because I have 1 extra piece of wood. And what am I going to do with these seed makers? I guess I will just stick them in here, because why not? That seems good. I forgot to drop off my coffee beans over here. And so, let's actually dump them in here as well. I picked up a piece of wool because I got it from Emily, right. And I don't know that I've ever turned a piece of wool into a piece of cloth on a loom, but it seems to me I crafted a loom when I was trying to craft all the items. And so do I have a loom, like, sitting up here somewhere? I don't see one anywhere over here. I think I would have put it over here if I would have put it anywhere. And if I had seen it, I would have actually put some cloth on a loom. But I don't see it. So I'm just going to get rid of all that. We were talking about going to Clint's for some reason recently. To crack open the geodes to see if we could get marble. And right now my inventory is kind of full, and I do have a number of types of geodes. If I redo these... Yeah, I've got some mystery boxes. I'm going to hold on to the golden mystery boxes, just in case. Omni geodes, I don't feel like cracking open 272 of them. But yeah, I feel like we've done enough other work on the farm for the moment. So I'm going to run over to Clint's. We're going to crack open some geodes. Possibly encounter a prismatic butterfly if we are so lucky. And then we'll go back and do some more progress on the mines today, but probably not as much progress as yesterday, since our blessing is not quite as good. Process geodes. Hey, is that marble? It is marble. Neat. Okay. Once I have one marble, I'm not sure how many recipes it participates in, but I might throw it in the crystallarium. I could even just make another crystallarium. I'm sure I have the resources. Just to reproduce marble. Because there might be a few recipes that involve marble, and then I won't have to worry about it anymore. And I was also thinking that while I don't do a whole lot of decoration on the farm with furniture and different things, there are different flooring and wallpaper patterns that you can get by purchasing something at Pierre's that actually I'm not sure that I have the money to actually purchase right now. I was thinking of stopping by Pierre's and trying to purchase some of that stuff. I might be able to sell some of these things back to Clint right here in the shop and obtain a little bit of money. Let's actually try that out, because I think it is something that you can do, and it's something that I never think of to do. But other than the marble, if I go to shop, can I sell him back minerals? Yes. I don't need any of these other minerals. I don't even need, like, the 11 iron ore or 2 iridium ore right now. And so I'm going to sell these things back, both for the money and just to free up some inventory space really quick. But let me open up... Oh, gosh, another one of those hats. All these mystery boxes. And all the other mystery boxes that I get out of the mystery boxes. How did they fit inside in the first place? We'll never know. Alright, the mystery boxes have been opened, and I ended up getting some more summer seeds. And I don't have my entire farm planted right now. And the seeds, I don't know, it feels silly just to, like, put them to waste. So I think I'm actually going to take a moment and plant some seeds, as silly as it sounds. Like, it's going to be a kind of relatively trivial amount of money compared to, like, the money that I'm making off of the ancient fruit over on the island. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just in the mood for whatever reason. So give me a moment to do some planting. Okay, I planted some wheat and some radishes over there. So I feel better about myself there. And then, yeah, if I wanted to craft another crystallarium, just to replicate this marble, what does it take? A crystallarium's recipe, which I know I must have somewhere. Where am I not seeing it? There it is. 2 iridium, a battery pack, gold, and stone. Got it. 2 iridium, a battery pack, gold, and stone. And I should be able to craft another crystallarium. And we'll put it in the house just like the others. Thunk. It's kind of blocking some of my beautiful flowers that I've recently put there. But that's okay. We'll throw some marble in there. and then when we finish resorting my inventory. Okay, one of the things that dropped in the mines was a sturdy ring cuts the duration of negative status effects in half. And so if we get nauseated again, I'm going to try just swapping out the ring and see if it immediately cuts the duration in half, and then if I could swap back in order to like have the duration undone. I'll be curious about that. But yeah, I think basically otherwise we're ready to go back into the mines. So let's head back over there. That is not how I get to the mines. I played this game before. Okay, so to the mines. Let's pick back up on level 60. And see how things look for us in here today. Okay, so lots of bad guys. I might want to eat some spicy eel. I don't think I got nauseated yet. And yeah, definitely all the ground butter that is not all rocks does feel like it's kind of impactful in terms of how I just progressed throughout the level. And look at the number of spiders that are in here. Oh my gosh. Abigail would be beside herself. You may recall that during the Halloween festival thingy or whatever, she was afraid to go forward through the haunted maze due to all the spiders. Okay, I did get nauseated, so after I feel safe for a moment, we're going to do my experiment. Okay, I think I feel safe for a moment. I'm nauseated for 1:40 currently, and so if I do this, and then look again, I'm still nauseated for 1:40, and it's not the case that if I leave it for a second. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't undo a status effect that's already been applied to you. And yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll just be nauseated basically for the rest of the run, I think. And I don't think it'll be a problem if my health gets particularly real low. We can always just pop out of the mine, since every 5 levels that we advance, we'll be able to save with the mine elevator progress. So it doesn't really matter all that badly. But for the most part, I'm just kind of avoiding the enemies for the moment. But now it seems like I might have to go back into the fray. The spiders, I think, can't also be hit while they're in midair. Like, they have a jumpiness to them. And while they're in the midst of their jump, I don't think I can actually swing my sword and hit them. And so that makes the spiders a little bit more formidable enemies than a number of the enemies that we typically encounter. So that's interesting as well. So yeah, it's a small amount of gameplay changes that end up being rather impactful. But yeah, I still don't like the darkness down here. Just because I feel like it doesn't make as good for video. I'm not having too much trouble seeing... Oh my gosh, so many spiders. Seeing all the bad guys and the... Oh boy. Cave layout with my eyeballs. But yeah, I wish things were brighter. Actually, on this floor, it does seem a little bit brighter than the previous one. Okay. How do I proceed? Looks like I will be using that. And then just trying to kill some more Baddie McBattertons. Hello, Baddie McBattertons. And I'm nauseated. That's food or drink, right? Too sick to eat anything. Can I still drink? Too nauseated to eat also applies to trying to drink my triple shot espresso. Okay, so I won't be able to move as swiftly. We made another 5 levels. And so if I wanted to, I could pop out of the mines and like eat and drink some stuff in a couple of minutes and then come back in. That is a thing that I could do. But I think I'll just hope to... Oh! These are blue skulls, which are slightly different than the normal red skulls that fly around here, presumably. They have more hit points or something. They appear to pretty much behave the same way as the other skulls that sometimes we encounter on these weird floors. There's already a stairway down. I don't even need to use a bomb. Great. And then back to normal floors once again. And there's another way down. I'll just take it. And this floor seems surprisingly quiet. It's a nice change of pace. Okay, now we move into the 70s, and once again the environment has changed. And now it's themed a lot like the normal floor 70 to 80. Icy kind of thing going on. And if there's nobody who's going to nauseate me anymore, perhaps I'll be able to eat and drink again at some point in the near future. There are skulls on this level, but I didn't find them too threatening before. And the nausea is about to wear off. Great, so I can eat and drink. So let's drink a triple shot espresso. Let's eat some spicy eel. And then I'll be much speedier and luckier. And we can continue onwards. Okay, there's like super skeletons who don't seem to be particularly more threatening than normal skeletons. I wonder if they are mummy-like, and if I didn't have the Crusader bonus effect on my weapon, if they would not die. They have kind of a sound that's kind of like the mummies, maybe? No, it's a sound that's like the skeletons. I wonder if they wouldn't go down just by my weapon and I'd have to bomb them as well if I didn't have Crusader. Okay, another one of these floors, but fortunately we immediately found a staircase, so we didn't have to really take advantage. Let's see, 7 p.m. We're at floor 75. I think I can probably get to 85 pretty comfortably. And then we might call it a night. Depends on how fast these next floors go. Okay, another one of these floors. And there's actually slimes on this floor. Okay, that's interesting. They're key slime stacks. And they applied some debuff to me that I didn't get a good look at, because it only lasted for a few seconds. And here's an exit, so I'll just take it. Okay, so a lot of variety among these floors, which I appreciate. One of the things that I feel is nice about the key quests at this point is it's just kind of mixing up the gameplay a little bit in a way that engages the player, because you have a relatively short amount of time to do a somewhat difficult or involved thing. But it works really well with... I got 2 bone swords as a drop there. That's crazy. It works pretty well with the gameplay in terms of where I am and my final goals for the series, because most of the final goals now involve getting money. And honestly, one of the best ways for me to make money at this point is to go to sleep at night and wait for the next day to come. Because most of my money is going to be coming from ancient fruits on Ginger Island, and those basically I can only harvest every 7 days. And so for the other 6 days a week, just sleeping them away would be the fastest in terms of IRL Brian time kind of way to make the money happen. Here's 480. The environment changes again. This would be a great spot for a bomb. But yeah, sleeping would not be a particularly fun gameplay mechanic. My energy's actually gotten low again. We spent a lot of energy on these floors. So yeah, the key quests, just give you, new fun things to do that continue to keep the game interesting and fresh, even all these hours into it. Because I think it's very likely... I knew coming into this series, I titled my episodes with 3-digit episode numbers rather than 2-digit episode numbers, because I thought that there was a fair chance. Okay, these guys might be super... Yeah, okay, what did you give me? Darkness? Darkness clouds your vision, making it difficult to see, but it only lasts for 5 seconds. Okay, that was pretty impactful, though. It was incredibly dark. Yeah, I had the expectation that this was going to be a very long-running series, and so far it has been. I don't remember exactly, I'm probably around episode 90, and probably a little more than 90 hours into this playthrough. Yeah, but the fact that there is the right amount of variation So on the one hand, you kind of like get into a rhythm and feel like you're making progress with certain aspects of the game, and then just as that happens, the game throws you a new wrinkle, some new, I don't know, stacked mechanics on top of old familiar things that makes the gameplay feel fresh again. It's just very well done, in my opinion, in terms of game design, at least here in 1.6, and so I appreciate that. Okay, I have a feeling that is the last enemy, and I have a feeling the way down is going to be back at the original staircase. So let's head back in that direction. Do I have room to pull up a purple? You know, it's not worth it. Actually, these bone swords sell for like next to nothing. I'm going to pick up a purple mushroom, because I like them. Also, it's past midnight, and we're only at 487. I think getting to 490 will be difficult today. We can continue again on another day, perhaps where we have better staircase luck. And this will give me some time to sort my inventory and actually pet the kitty cat before I pass out. And hey, I see a battery pack. That's nice. Okay, so I did pick up some more geodes, which once again are not going to stack in here because there's too much stuff in this chest. Is there any stuff? Okay, this magic quiver does not belong in this chest, and then I can stack my geodes. Great. The magic quiver doesn't really belong in this chest, but I'm going to throw it in here for now. And then the rest of my inventory, I experimented with the sturdy ring, so it doesn't really belong in here, and that's something I might bring back to the island just to live with all of my other rings, so I can justify putting it in that chest. And then we'll pick up our battery pack, which makes up for part of the expense of the crystallarium that we crafted earlier today. And then can I think of anything else that I would want to do with my day before I go to bed? I think mostly find the kitty cat, give it a pet. Kitty cat. Orange kitty cat. Hi, Orange. Okay, let's head to bed. And this time we'll get all of our energy back because we actually went to sleep at a reasonable time of night, I believe. And so how's our energy look in the morning? It's still not completely full. Do you have to go to bed at midnight to get all your energy back? I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if it's just because our energy bar is as tall as it is now, because we got all the star drops that happens. Spirits are neutral. Let's see what blessing we get from the dwarf statue. Also, Jody sent us some fertilizer in the mail. Thanks, Jody. Here's what I choose to do with that fertilizer. Also, I'm going to throw these things over here. Are there any other things I need to take care of before we run over there? I don't think so. We got another staircase blessing. So, I guess probably the warp totem to the mountains is the quickest way to get to the mines. Ah, these grapes are still here. I can't help myself. 2 grapes and a spice berry. Maybe I'll eat them, but at least I got the foraging experience, and experience doesn't matter anymore for picking them up. Okay, back to the mines. Also, my coffee buff will wear off in a bit. Let's go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and eat the spicy eel because I like feeling lucky. Alright, and I still have plenty of bombs, so I should... Oh, I still have a stack of ancient fruit on my hotbar. I really did not need to carry that into these mines, but I only just noticed that. So this is what we get. Okay, darkness, guys. Alright, I see the way down, and I'm going to take it. This area is infested. Okay. I don't feel like doing an infested floor with darkness, guys, so I'm going to spend a staircase to avoid it. And then I'm going to focus... Oh, I don't need to focus. Found a staircase. I was going to say focus on killing those guys, so I don't get the darkness debuff. But now I don't need to. Alright, only one of those guys, and then these guys are not nearly as bad to kill. In comparison? Sure. We'll try another bomb over there. And a bomb over there. And there's a staircase. Great. And here's the staircase. Great. Alright, we're down to 490. Only 30 floors to go. Hey! And now we can find some more radioactive ore. I think the hardwood tapper... that might not be true. Or, no, what's it called? Heavy tapper. I did make some of those. I was gonna say it might be the only recipe that I currently own that involves... that was a diamond, neat. That involves radioactive bars. But that might not be true. I think I might have other recipes. I'm gonna have to take a look at all the remaining recipes that I have on the list. Also, I think these guys can possibly only shoot their weapons orthogonally, and so that makes them firing upon me a little bit easier to dodge if I'm actually thinking about that. I don't know that I'll be great at actually thinking about that. But that's something I just happened to notice as they were firing their little crossbows at me. Alright. Yeah, they definitely fire orthogonally. Okay, you do not. Your squid fireballs or whatever, like, go in every which direction. So let's definitely take you out. Here's another one of you. Alright, bouncy fireball guy has been destroyed. Oh, there's just an exit over here. Why don't I take that? But yes, I'm loving the fact that I have enough defense that most of these monsters are pretty not impactful to my gameplay. I'm mostly ignoring them and just trying to find exits. And that's working out just fine for me. Great. Alright, you meet the upgraded Infinity Blade. There's an exit. Alright, guys. It's time to meet your end. And that is a stairway, and I will take it, if I can manage to successfully right-click on it. Block. Wasn't going to find any kind of way to get away from my own bomb there. Not that my own bomb is going to deal damage to me. There's a staircase right here, isn't there? Yes, there is. A little bit hard to see in the darkness. This is another floor that I just don't feel like dealing with. So I'm going to place a staircase. And now we're at floor 100. What are we going to find down here? Looks like basically just more of the same. That's fine. We'll put a bomb over here. And there's a staircase. While I have the bombs out, anywhere good to place them? We'll try one there. I don't know that it paid off. But I did find a staircase after killing a bad guy. Here we go! Let's put a bomb there. And let's go hide in the corner for a moment. There's a lot of bad guys here. Alright, you need to go. I do not like the fireballs. The other guys also need to go. Everybody needs to go. Those are the rules. If you're not named Brian, you're not allowed to live on this floor. Red mushrooms, I suppose you've been excluded. You guys can live on the floor. Although, the red mushrooms, if you eat them, they give you, like, negative 50 energy. So maybe the red mushrooms I shouldn't allow either. However, I've moved on, and the floor no longer exists. Those are the rules of video games. Once the player character has left the area, the rest of the world ceases to be. Until the player next returns. Kind of a weird non-reality of video game existence. Okay, we're getting surprisingly philosophical here on the deep layers of the supermines. Let's go back to the more grounded reality of trying to harvest radioactive ore. The more grounded reality of trying to harvest radioactive ore. Once again, I can never predict the sentences that will come out of my mouth while commentating gameplay. I hope it's nearly as entertaining to you as sometimes it is to me. Alright, this is a surprisingly quiet level all of a sudden. And I'm okay with that. Health is still doing pretty okay. We have taken a fair bit of damage now, Alright, the last 10 levels. Can we complete this today? And how is it going to be different? This has layouts that are akin to the layouts one finds on layers 70 to 80 with the mummies, but a different set of enemies. Let's throw a bomb right there. That did not solve everything. So now we'll use the sword to try to solve everything. There's a way down. Great. Oh, a prismatic shard. Nice. I will happily get that in my inventory. I don't need a dwarf scroll. Squire's helmet I think we've seen before, but that's what it looks like on my head. I'm throwing it in the trash. And I did pick up the things I wanted, and here is a way down. We're at 115, only 5 floors left. We definitely can finish this today. And what will be our reward when we get to the very bottom? I think in addition to the key gems, where I think I get 50 of them? It doesn't say. In my inventory, I currently have 100 key gems. I think it will go up to 150. But I think there's also going to be another reward when I get to the bottom, if I'm remembering correctly. And we've only got 2 floors to go. Come on, staircases. There's one. Come on, other staircases. This floor is a little bit more of an annoying shape. It's rather tall. There don't seem to be... Hey, there's my staircase. Da-da-da-da-da! Achievement! Danger in the deep. And so I did just go up to 150 key gems. I saw it in the upper left-hand corner. And over here, there's a note from Mr. Key. I've temporarily disabled this shrine. Come back tomorrow. Right. And so the gist of it is there's a shrine here now on the bottom floor of the mines. And you can choose to toggle whether the mines will be like the mines or the super mines. And so if you leave it toggled on as the super mines, you can come back at any time to try to farm up more radioactive ore, which is pretty cool. And so that's kind of like the bonus for getting to the bottom of these super mines, danger in the deep, whatever this is. And I managed to even hold on to my grape and spice berries, which makes me happy for silly reasons. And there's more forageables that I can come back for in a moment. Great. But that is another quest done. We are also on a quest, Robin's Resource Rush. I need to gather pieces of wood, so we can actually get back to work on that, possibly. I see a bunch of things that need to be done here on the farm. So let's take a moment to do some of them. I think if I grab all this row, we can get it stuck in some preserves jars. Hi, kitty. The kitty brought me bat wings. Apparently, the kitty has been chasing bats. Where has the kitty found these bats? Hopefully not from the fruit bat cave, because those are friendly bats that have been bringing me delicious fruits. But then again, you never know what kind of rapscallion the kitty on the farm is going to be. And the kitty gets a free pass, because it once bought me a catfish and a sturgeon, which were kind of hard to fish up. Okay. Back to preserving things. Clunk, 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 clunk. Great. So those things are done. Rest of this row can, oops, go back in here. This row, I'm choosing not to sell it just yet. I want to have like a big sale day where I sell a bunch of stuff for just like tons and tons of money, because it'll make me happy. Grapes and spiceberry should go in here. This type of row should have gone in this chest. Did this chest finally fill up? It did not. I just didn't have that type of row in it. We got a new decorative houseplant, which I will attempt to put somewhere aesthetically in the house. I'm not sure where it would look good. Next to that plant's not bad. I accept that. What else do we have in our inventory? The bone sword is only worth a small amount of money. I'm just going to trash it rather than try to get it over to the Adventurers Guild. The bat wings brought to me by the kitty go there. Sap now lives in this chest. Strange buns probably live in this chest. Cave carrots live back in the refrigerator. I can replace them in a bit. It's probably been a few days since things have been harvested over in the greenhouse, so I guess I'll pop over there. There are truffles aplenty that we can also try to stick in the truffle oil maker. Let's take a peek inside here and harvest some fruits. Even though I think we've talked about the fact that basically the bare fruits by themselves really are not worth very much. And so spending my time harvesting them is probably not worth it. And I don't have enough preserves jars or other things to try to transform all those fruits into something else. I wonder, there might be like a fruit salad recipe or something. I should take a look. I might be able to craft these in stacks very quickly using recipes in my kitchen in order to make them more profitable. Let's actually go sit in front of the kitchen interface for a moment and take a look at that, because I think there is a fruit salad recipe, and it probably uses some of those things. I might be misremembering. Also, while I'm here, Cave Carrot, why don't you go in the fridge? So if I were a fruit salad, where would I be? Fruit salad is blueberry, melon, and apricot. So it just uses the apricots. Is there other things that use other... Let me look more carefully just at the ingredients rather than the titles. Mango could be cooked up into mango sticky rice. Is there anything that uses like cherries or some of these other things? It's kind of a shame that there's all these different fruit trees, and then most of the fruits I feel like don't participate much in recipes or anything. Like, why does a cherry tree exist in this game if hardly anything uses cherries? I don't remember anyone sending me on a quest because they had a desire for fresh cherries. Cherries are delicious in real life. And perhaps they were originally put into the games. There'd be like 2 different trees each season or something, but I don't know. It's possible while I was mousing over these that I missed something. I might check the wiki about that, because I can't think of anything that used cherries for. I did see that the apples were participating in a recipe over there. Okay, in any case, it's 8:20. Is there anything else that I would like to do profitably with my time? Ah, yes, of course. It's the thing I called out a moment ago, which is we still need to collect 600 wood or so for Robin's resource rush. And it just so happens... Oh, hey, here's some more row. It just so happens that there's an entire forest full of trees over here, which is probably going to oblige me in that particular quest. So let's chop some trees together. And we should be able to finish that quest toot sweet. And it's the middle of summer, so these trees will just kind of grow back naturally over time. So I don't need to worry about replanting or anything. I'm not going to have... Actually, no, Robin's resource rush. Well, I have a chest outside of Robin's where I store extra wood. I think I do actually have to place the wood in a chest for her to complete the quest, if I'm remembering correctly. Actually left that spiceberry behind. Who am I, and what have I done with Brian? But I was thinking about the fact that I don't really have room for all of this wood in my main chest, that I have most of my basic supplies inside. I just got a diamond, 2 diamonds, just from random rocks here in the forest. Thanks to that book that we bought from the dwarf in the volcano on Ginger Island, I imagine, which gave me the power that every rock has a chance to produce diamonds now. It costs 10 diamonds, if I'm remembering correctly, to purchase that book, but it has undoubtedly paid for itself already. That is a fun power to have. And in general, another thing that this game does well is just kind of like the overall progression of making the player character feel more powerful and using kind of random number generators to give you little bonuses occasionally along the way that feel very good. How are we doing in terms of the amount of wood that I've collected thus far? Robin's resource rush, 932. I thought I must be getting close. So I expect 2 or 3 more trees will do it. So let's chop down these guys. I did not hear a ding. So this tree is also going to get it. There we go. play a little ditty, and Robin's Resource Rush is done. Oh, and I don't even have to hand it in. So I get to keep all the wood. Does it say that here? And you get to keep the wood. Yes. Okay, great. As mentioned before, I don't really have a place to store all the wood in my inventory at home. I can just put it in a different chest. So perhaps that is what I will do. It is, after all, getting late. How are we doing on hay for the animals? It seems like they could use some more. So let's harvest some. Okay, I think they're probably well fed once again. Thanks to the wonderful scythe and all the natural grasses growing on the farm. I did pick up some more row, which can now be stacked in here. Oh, and my wood did stack in here. So I was worried about running out of inventory space for nothing. Okay, and that leaves us with no active quests, and it's only Thursday. There won't be another big active quest until Monday. So I'll have to figure out... I guess we can do some more runs into the volcano to try to get the ostrich egg again. But that'll be something to look forward to in a future episode. I'm going to say that I hope, as always, that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Stardew Valley. For now, bye-bye.